What's going on, everybody? I want to welcome everybody back to the channel. Today is the 31st Halloween of October. So what I'm going to be going over in this video today is 5 things I hate about this vehicle. You know, these are a few minor things I noticed about having a vehicle since I've purchased it. Right now it has 1,187 miles on it, so yeah, I haven't driven it that much, but these are just 5 things I noticed about the vehicle, you know, that kind of, you know, bothers me a little bit, but it's not, you know, interfering with my decision on keeping the vehicle or anything like that. I still love the vehicle, but these are just 5 things I noticed that, you know, I'm pretty sure anybody that owns one of these vehicles probably noticed as well, or maybe not. So first I'm gonna get the car vacuumed out. As you can see, the floors are dirty, you know, and all that good stuff. The kids been in and out, you know, at the bus stops, sitting at the bus stop waiting and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna get the car vacuumed out, probably spray it off because I'm not gonna wash it. It's too damn cold outside. So other than that, you know, y'all stay tuned. I'll get back with you. Alright, everybody, I got done spraying off the car, vacuuming it out and all that good stuff. So now I gotta run and drop off some stuff to the donation box, because it's about that time of the year we start cleaning out the kids' closets and all that good stuff. And instead of just throwing stuff away, I'd rather just, you know, donate them. We got donation boxes around here, so I just drop this stuff off in there, and you know, maybe kids that, you know, don't have much or that's in need, you know, they'll be able to have something, you know, because, you know, we're blessed enough to, you know, be able to, you know, give back to, you know, kids that don't have any clothes or shoes, anything like that. And I have 3 kids, so just imagine, you know, how much stuff we give out on the, you know, to the donation box. So I'm heading there now. But anyway, on my way there, I'm just gonna start off with a few things. Start off with the 5 things that I hate about this vehicle. So number 1 is gonna be the gear shifting. Now, when I get in the car, I start it up and all that good stuff. So, you know, when you put it in gear, it just takes like it takes a little longer than I've noticed in, you know, other vehicles I've had, you know, just going into that gear that you put it in, you know. And it kind of makes me think, you know, something's going wrong with it, but I think that's just, you know, how the car is built. You know, most cars, you know, they go, you know, they snap right into gear, no problem, you know, because a lot of times, you know, people, and myself as well, you know, you put the car in gear, you put your foot on the gas, you know, the car is moving. And, you know, and I noticed with this vehicle, you know, I did that one time and I thought something was wrong, you know, because it didn't you know, the car didn't start moving right away as soon as I put it in gear. You know, it took like a split second for it to go in gear. So that's one thing, you know, I don't hate it, but it's one of those things that I've noticed that kind of, you know, that's kind of irritating, because, you know, when you put the car in gear, you're ready to, you know, get the moving. So, you know, second thing would be the interior lights. Now, a lot of those newer vehicles out here, they got, you know, LED interior lights and all that, but this one just have, you know, your standard halogen bulbs or whatever, you know, and that's kind of, I mean, that's cool or whatever, as long as, you know, you got light inside the car, you can see, you know, so you can be able to do what you do. But, you know, when you spending this much money on a vehicle, especially a vehicle like this, you know, you kind of want those, you know, those things, you know, premium type things, as, you know, or whatever, because, you know, the headlights are, you know, LED or whatever it is, you know, real bright, so you kind of want the interior to kind of, you know, be just the same. But, you know, like I said, it's one of those things that, you know, I've noticed about it. You know, I'd much rather have the LED lights than your standard halogen bulbs, but it's one of those things I can live with. You know, it's not gonna, you know, it's not gonna kill me just for having them, but there are things you can do to, you know, change that, you know, if the time comes, or if I still see that it's fit to have that, then I'll go ahead and, you know, get that done. But I made it to the donation box, so I'm gonna reach in the trunk, grab this bag, and throw this stuff in there. Got school clothes, some nice little shirts my daughter probably only wore a couple of times. Uh-oh, thought I heard some money. Oh, there go a key. I need that. So you just lift this up like that, dump it in there. That's it. Gonna close this trunk back. Woo, it's chilly. All right. So I'm back in here. I'm glad I found that key. Shoot, somebody would have been coming paying me a visit. Nah, I'm just playing. They probably don't even, they wouldn't have known where their car was or where their key go to anyway. So anyway, all right, another thing I've noticed, or I care to not, I ain't gonna say notice. All these cars come standard with this, and this is kind of, you know, kind of being nitpicky, you know, with this one, but it's the side markers. You know, the side markers are well, the fronts are orange and the back are red. I'm gonna show y'all real quick so you see what I'm talking about. That right there, the side marker, you know, that's for the front and that's for the back right there. You know, me personally, I much rather have them blacked out, which I'm actually going to be doing. You can just use like a little piece of film or whatever, tint film or whatever, and just lay it down, and you know, it'll take care of that. But you know, I'd much rather have them dark, you know, because it kind of goes along with the color of the car, because it's pretty much red and black, you know, all over. But you know, I can't help that. You know, maybe there's safety regulations, you know, from the dealership, you know, to where they have to have this stuff. Like I said, it's being nitpicky, but anyway, you know, it might not bother anybody else, you know. I mean, it don't too much bother me, but it's just one thing that I kind of, you know, dislike about the vehicle. But you know, overall, you know, hey, I can live with it. It is what it is. And another thing, but my third thing is going to be, I think I'm on my third thing. Yeah, I'm on my third thing. So the third thing would be the tires that they put on these cars from the factory, you know. Now, I think these are all season tires, you know, which they're pretty decent, you know, don't get me wrong. You know, tires are tires, you know. But you know, for the power that this car has, you know, these tires are, you know, not really, you know, designed to handle the power. I mean, they do what it needs to do. It's a tire at the end of the day, but for the power that this car has, you know, this tire is, you know, they're not gonna last long, you know. So, you know, eventually I'll be switching them out, getting some more, you know, thicker tires and something that's gonna last a little bit longer, because I do plan on later on in the future, you know, taking this car out to the track, and you know, I'm gonna have to get new tires anyway. But it's real easy to spin these tires, you know, even coming from a complete stop. If you're just trying to make a turn onto the, you know, onto the street or whatever. Uh-oh, somebody just had a wreck. Oh no, they didn't. But I mean, it's real easy to spin these tires, and they'll wear away, you know, pretty quick. You know, that's why I'm trying not to be too heavy with my foot on the pedal, you know, because I know tires for this car ain't cheap. So, you know, I'm trying to be conservative in that area. All right, so the fourth thing would be, let me see, yeah, no, actually I think I'm on my fifth thing. Fifth thing would be the brake dust. Now with these big Brembo brakes, you know, it kicks up a lot of dust on this, you know, vehicle. And I've noticed every time I sprayed this car off, you know, I always see brake dust, you know, running off the wheels. You know, mostly the front wheels, because that's where all the weight's going to, you know, when you stop. But it does, you know, carry a lot of brake dust. You know, I have some brake cleaner, you know, I can spray on there, you know, keep some of the brake dust off. And with the wheels being black, it's kind of hard to see. You know, most people, if you're not just on the car like that, you know, you're not gonna notice. But you know, I notice, because you know, I keep my eye out for certain things. You know, with this still being a brand new vehicle, you know, it's a lot of stuff that, you know, I may not see it at first, but I eventually, you know, see it later. And with the brakes, and well, with the car still being brand new, you know, it's gonna, you know, stuff like that, I understand it's gonna happen, you know. So I mean, it's all a part of having a vehicle, you know, not just on a car like this. I'm pretty sure any car is gonna, you know, carry a lot of brake dust, you know. And there's, you know, there's also solutions to it. You know, you can either buy different brake pads or brake calipers, you know, and to kind of slow down some of that. But you know, like I said, you know, these 5 things I just, you know, mentioned, you know, these are things, you know, little tedious things I've noticed, but it doesn't, you know, make me feel like I made the wrong decision in purchasing this vehicle, because I still love it. You know, these are things, you know, I can't help. You know, the car came this way, so it is what it is. You know, I'm still happy. You know, I still enjoy driving it. Every time I get in, you know, I mean, I might not have a smile on my face, but just on the inside, you know, I feel good about, you know, driving this car, because it's a car that I've always wanted, you know. And I was able, you know, to be in a position to, you know, get one. So, you know, and I wish the best for anybody out there that's watching my video. You know, it may be things that you want in life, you know, you may feel like you'll never have, but I mean, it takes time, you know, especially with a vehicle. You know, there's a couple of things that go into play, like, you know, credit, you know, and actually having the money to even afford, you know, something like this. You know, it's quite a few things you gotta, you know, you gotta do your due diligence, you know, before you actually jump into something like this. And you know, this wasn't one of my 5 things, but another thing, this car can drink some gas. Like, when I left the dealership, it was on Friday, October the 4th. They gassed it up for me. I was at half a tank the next day, the very next day. And I went on ahead and, you know, filled it back up. And all I was doing, I probably went to probably like 20 or 30 miles, well, 40 miles away, you know, from my house or whatever, and maybe some in-town driving here and there. But this car can drink some gas. So, you know, if anybody out there looking to purchase one of these vehicles, I mean, gas alone, you better be ready for it, because, you know, like right now, I'm right below half a tank, you know. I'm right below half a tank, and I bet you if I keep driving this car up until the next day, well, I gotta go to work, you know, tomorrow, Saturday. But I bet you before Saturday, this car will be empty, you know. And the vehicle I traded in before I got this car was actually a Honda CR-V, and I was getting, you know, I was averaging 24, 30 miles a gallon, you know, on a good day. So, you know, be ready for that gas if you plan on getting one of these vehicles. You know, like right now, look, I'm getting 8 miles to a gallon as we speak. But the thing is, you know, if you're doing a lot of in-town driving, like stoplight to stoplight, you know, stuff like that, then, you know, it's gonna wear out quick. It'll do a lot better on the freeway. Now, I've gotten as much as 26 miles to a gallon, but that was just on the freeway, and I had it in cruise control. So, you know, just be ready for that, you know. But anyway, that's gonna conclude, you know, my 5 little things that I hate about this car. I'm gonna make another video talking about the 5 things I love about this vehicle, so stay tuned for that. Be sure to check out my Instagram page below in the description, Scat_Pack_JAY. You know, be sure to check that out. You know, I post content on that as well. Be sure to subscribe to this channel, hit that like button, you know, hit that bell notification so you're updated anytime I upload a video. And I'll see y'all on the next one.